By the end of this video, you'll have consistent motivation levels that allow you to enter 6-hour plus flow states every single day, because the truth is, we have been lied to. The problem isn't motivation itself. It's something much deeper rooted inside of our brain, and it's why entrepreneurs struggle to make progress. It's why people never reach their goals. And once you fix this simple problem, the boring work becomes easy, and everything you once knew about productivity gets flushed away. Now, if you don't know who I am, my name's Harry, and over the past few years, I've delved deeper into the neuroscience of peak performance, flow state, and everything I'm about to go over has allowed me to go from focusing for only 1 minute straight to being able to get into a consistent flow state for 6 hours every single day and skyrocket my motivation levels so I can do the work every single day. So if you're watching this video, then chances are you've had this experience. You get this random spike of motivation, whether it's in the morning, whether it's in the afternoon, then you go to sit down to work on your business or some kind of work, right? Then 20 minutes after that, you find yourself on YouTube. You find yourself getting distracted. You find yourself not doing the work you said you were going to do. Why the hell does this happen? You know, you see these people every single day waking up, getting straight to work, working 8 hours a day, working 10 hours a day, growing their business, making 100k per month, and they always love what they do. But for a lot of people, they can't even focus for 20 minutes without getting distracted, without getting up from their desk and telling themselves, I can't do the work. Well, the reason why this happens, and the reason why you get this motivation dip and you just can't do the work required to make you money online and scale your business further, well, the reason why this happens isn't actually because of motivation or anything to do with motivation. It's to do with dopamine. You see, 3 years ago I started my first business, which was copywriting, right? I tried to make money online with this copywriting business so I can go full-time online, get financial freedom, travel the world like everyone else does, you know? And every single day I would sit at my desk, I would come back from school sometimes, and I would try to work on my business. And every single day it was the same exact spiral. I would sit at my desk, 20 minutes later I'll be watching the Mr. Beast video, I'll be watching random podcasts, saying I'm productive, watching different copywriting tutorials, saying I'm making progress when it obviously wasn't. I was trying to do everything to avoid the work at any case, even if it meant going on my phone scrolling. For some random reason I just couldn't do the work, and it was until I realized that the problem wasn't my motivation levels. It was because I would wake up and scroll every single morning. It's because I was scrolling my phone while I was eating my food. It's because I would have a YouTube shortcut on my Google Chrome every single day, and so I'd instantly just click it straight away. My brain ran on more dopamine than the work needed, and so I never actually want to do the work. And so what you're going to see on screen right now is the dopamine graph, and what you'll see is on the left you have the dopamine levels, you have the different emotions you can feel, so maybe ecstasy, guilt is at the bottom, sadness, happiness, all that stuff, right? And then at the bottom you'll see time in the day, and in the middle you see the work baseline. This is when you operate your best when you're working. It's the required dopamine level to focus, to enjoy it, to feel motivated to work, right? But what you also see is your dopamine baseline is way above the work. And basically all this means is the work is not enough dopamine. It doesn't give you enough dopamine required to make you feel something, to feel satisfaction, to feel motivated. And so this is why every single time you go to work, your brain's like, what are we doing, right? We need to be scrolling because we want to feel this dopamine. We want to have this surge in dopamine. And so you get into the spiral of starting your day, instantly spiking your dopamine baseline by going on your phone, checking WhatsApp, going on YouTube, and then trying to get to work, you're lowering your dopamine baseline, you go straight back down to guilt, and you go back up to your heightened dopamine baseline, and you get into this weird spiral of just not doing the work. But if you look at most entrepreneurs' life, you'll see their day is not filled with dopamine activities. They're filled with just work, maybe socializing, and that's the most dopamine they give themselves. And so I quickly just want you to look at your life right now and just ask yourself, is it super high? Do you constantly feel this need to have an increase in dopamine, to go on your phone? Do you always feel attached to your phone? Do you always want to go on YouTube even though you don't need to? Do you feel that you can't live without your phone? Do you feel that you can't live without YouTube? Because if you do, then your dopamine baseline is the issue, and it's why you aren't feeling motivated to do work. So the goal we want to hit isn't to follow this motivation advice where we do 5 push-ups in the morning and then get to work. We want to actively, progressively overload until we get to the work baseline. And so then we find the work fun, then we find the work easy to do. But Harry, how do you actually do that? Well, it's very simple. All you need to do is identify where your dopamine sources are coming from. Is it from your phone? Is it from YouTube? Is it from random pockets in the day where you don't schedule and you have this dead time where you just waste it? You need to find where your dopamine increases, and then what you want to do is just gradually reduce all these dopamine sources and until your day is just filled with work, productive things, socializing, right? Because you don't want to go straight from someone who scrolls on their phone for 12 hours a day to working for 12 hours a day, right? It just won't work like that. Your brain doesn't adapt that fast. It adapts in very slow conditions. So for example, if you find yourself scrolling in the morning, in the afternoon and evening, what you can do is just remove the scrolling part in the morning, right? And what you notice is your work during that time is very much focused. The main thing I want you to understand is that whenever you give your brain dopamine, it always wants more of it. It wants more of what you gave it, right? And that could be from work, that could be from scrolling, that could be from YouTube, that could be from eating random sugary foods. But the goal is to make it from work, because if we can make the work motivating, if we can make it release dopamine, we get this feedback system where our brain's like, we want more of this, we want to do it more, because we're seeing progress. But the only way you'll see progress is by allowing yourself to do the work. And the only way you can allow yourself to do the work is by lowering your dopamine baseline so you can actually enjoy it. Now, like I said at the start of the video, if you're an entrepreneur who wants to be able to scale their business by working less, be able to fix your focus, fix your mental performance so you can work less but also earn more money online, click the first link in the description to join my free community. We get a free Flow course and a bunch of other courses to help you scale your business by working less, and a free coaching call with me. Okay? Have an amazing rest of your day. Peace.